Let's see the different email notifications that are sent by the assignment activity. As we see here in this table, we have 5 different notifications for the student and 2 for the teachers that are sent from inside the assignment activity. A sample of the emails that are sent going out to the either student or teachers. Just to mention that down here, this last setting, number 7, is different from all the other because this one is configured at site level, while the other settings are configured inside the assignment settings. That means inside each of the courses, and that also means that they have access to the configuration of all the other notifications, but not to this number 7, that just the administrator will have access to it. We are going to see all these notifications more in depth in this video. As we see here, we have a lot of notifications already inside the system when an assignment is due or any date related to assignment are notified in different places, either in the course page, as we see here on the left, as in the different blocks that are available and that can be added into the dashboard for the users. So here in the timeline, in the upcoming event, the assignment is showing in different places. Also in the calendar that is that is down here. There are also some notifications about the assignment. But what will happen if the user doesn't enter the system? In these cases, if the user forgot totally about his courses, is not entering the system, then we, as a teachers, we need to make sure that we know how to configure the assignment activity in order to send notifications by email, because the email is going to be the only way that the student could potentially get to know that he have to submit an assignment. Here we see the notification preferences that is available to any user whenever they enter the system, either is a student, a teacher, any user will have this available. The place where it could be quickly accessed is here in this little wheel, setting wheel in under the bell. So if the user click here, then this notification are going to show and the user can configure what they are receiving. But by default, the email is always, for most of the activities, is enabled. That means that by default, the user are receiving an email when all these events are happening inside the course. We are now in this video looking at the assignment, and these are the notifications that are sent by mail to the users. Here we see that we are inside an assignment activity. I'm going to add it. I am a teacher here on the left. I'm going to add a new assignment activity here. Sorry, I make a mistake here. Assignment. Let's add a new assignment activity. And when I'm adding the activity, as we see here, there are different dates that I can set up, and it is important to know that the main date that is going to be related to email notifications in the system is the due date, and whenever the teacher configure this due date, that event is going to send different email. As we see here, the due date is the date when the submission are going to be start being late. But if we want to totally prevent the submission from being unloaded to the assignment by the student, then we need to set the cutoff date. But um, emails and notification wise, there is no need to set up the cutoff date. The only date that is actually delivering email to a student is the due date, that as we see here is related to 3 notification by email. When I mention notification by mail, I'm assuming that the user had not disabled the email as we saw before here in the notification, because if the student can hear and disable the email, then the notifications are not going to arrive. But anyway, there is a way to prevent the student for disabling the email that is seen in a different video. Here we are going to keep going with the notifications. We are assuming that they are going by mail. These 3 are going by email. Whenever you set up the due date in yellow here, 3 notifications are going to be sent out. One to the student, one 7 days before the due date, another one 2 days before the due date, and another one whenever the assignment is overdue. There will be another notification reaching the student email, notifying that they are already late. We are going to try to see some of these notifications here. On the right, I am a student, and before this video I was already submitting some assignment to try to generate some notification. So here we have, if the student, well, let's explain that I am seeing the web notifications that will be these notifications that are seen in this little bell. But this notification that we are seeing here, the web notification are going to be the same as those that are sent by mail. I am just seeing them in the web here because it's easier than going to my mail and share the video in order to read the notification in my student email. So I'm just entering here, and this notification is what the student is going to see whenever, in this case, is the assignment is due in 7 days. So he is going to receive this by email, and then the student is going to receive another one as we saw here with the 2 days before, and another one just saying that your assignment is overdue. And then, as we see down here in yellow, we have another section inside our assignment configuration where we as a teacher can configure 3 other notification types that are also sent by email, and those are this one, if as a teacher I want to receive a notification whenever my student submit an assignment, then this is notification 5, and notification 6 is the same, but just I want the notification just if my student is submitting late, but not if he submit on time. I'm going to explain this a bit here in the settings down here. As a teacher, if let's say that I don't want an email every time my students are submitting in an assignment, because that will generate many emails to my inbox, and I prefer to set this as no. But I actually want an email once my students are submitting it late, because this is not going to, not all the students will be late, and there will be less email coming to my inbox, but I am actually going to know what students are submitting late. So then this will be the configuration. And then we have another configuration here as a teacher that will be to set, that by default is set to yes, and this is just asking if you want to notify your student whenever you grade one of the submission in an assignment. By default is yes, and that means that if I go to a course, let's see here, for example, this one, and I enter to grade my student, because I selected yes here, it means that here this little checkbox is going to be marked. And that means that whenever I save changes here, and the grade that I enter or the feedback here is going to be sent, an email notification is going to be sent to the student. So we have seen these six type of notification.